Okay, flight, aerodynamics. What we are going to be doing this week is paper airplanes, but we're going to be messing around with them a little. We're not just going to do the classic dart design. I have several designs waiting for you at the library, and in the kit is designs and some paper clips that will help you to adjust weight if you need to. And designs, directions, yeah. Okay, and the thing about flight, about everything that flies, even a paper airplane, is that the flight distance, time, everything depends on several forces. There are two basic things that are jockeying for control. Well, two basic struggles that are going on with anything with flight. The first one is weight versus lift. The weight is obvious. This obviously weighs something even if it's paper and it doesn't really weigh much at all. But it still weighs more than the air around it. But then there's also lift. When you manage to fly a paper airplane, the air pressure underneath the wings is more than the air pressure above the wings. So there's a kind of suction effect that pulls it up. So the fight is between gravity trying to pull it down and the suction that's trying to keep it up. And then you also have the fight between the drag and the thrust. The thrust is simple. It's just the toss, whatever makes it move, whether it's the engines, the muscles, the canaries, what have you. But, let's see, then there's the thing that's fighting against that is the drag, which is what happens when things run directly into the air. And even though the air is almost impossible not to break through, once you go fast enough, you're going to start bumping into enough air molecules that it will slow you down. So we work around this with principles called Therm Aerodynamics. So if you see something that is a triangle shape, it's going to go faster through the air, kind of slicing through it like a wedge or a knife, than say something that's shaped like a ball. So let's try out a very basic, but not quite basic, paper airplane design. Alright, so we are going to be working with a design that is similar to, but not exactly the basic paper airplane design. And in your directions, it will be called the classic. So first thing we do, we fold the paper in half. And crease it hard. Push it down, make sure that you've got that fold. Perfect. Open it up again. This, when it's shaped like a V, is called a valley fold. If you have this, it's called a mountain fold, if the V is going up. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the corners and pull them in towards the crease. Make sure you don't cross over. Take that. And again. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect, you've always got more pieces of paper. And then, again, fold it over. And fold it over. Okay, and this is your basic. Now from here, you're going to be doing something that is a little different. We're going to fold it over, and we're going to get about an inch in here. And we're going to make a body, a devoted body, rather than just kind of whatever's left over from our thing. And we will, from our craft, we will fold it over like this. Make it as straight as you can. Again, it doesn't quite matter if it's not perfectly straight, but the straighter you can get it, the better. And use that as a guide to fold over your other side. Perfect. Now, this looks like a paper airplane, but what will really make it fly is having little wing flaps up here. And your directions are going to suggest about 3/4 of an inch. I'm just eyeballing it because I do not have a ruler with me. So fold that over. Fold that over. Again, try and make it parallel with the center line. And the important bit is that you're going to want these to be as close to right angles once you unfold them as possible. So that is a kind of square looking angle. And then we have a basic, classic paper airplane. Let's see how it flies. Let's go. Here goes. All right, that went pretty well even for our first try. So I'm happy about that. Okay, but if it doesn't go well, there are a few things that you can mess around with to try and make it fly better. For instance, these fins, you can make them bigger or smaller. If you have problems with your plane nose diving or doing a loop-the-loop and then kind of nose diving, you can mess around with this back flaps over here, which aren't necessarily flaps, but if you kind of pinch it, if you push it up, then it'll help it go up if it's nose diving. If you push it down, it'll help it go down if it's going up and doing a loop-the-loop. And if you need to add some more weight to it, that's also fine. You can put one of your paper clips on the front of it if it's going too high up, and that'll keep it gravity pulling down on the nose. Honestly, one of the most fun things about this particular experiment is that I want you guys to figure out for yourselves what makes your planes fly better, what makes them fly worse. If you get a lemon, can you do anything to fix it? Go for it. This is what science and engineering is all about. Give it a try. Give it a shot. Have fun flying. This particular kit contains directions and a collection of terms, and also 3 paper clips that you can use to mess around with your planes to try and make them go better. You will need to provide paper, and it is going to be 8.5 by 11 paper, normal paper size. This is going to be the last regularly scheduled story in science for this semester. So keep your eyes peeled for more virtual programs from the Swissvale Library, and I will see you in 2021. Have a great week. Bye-bye.